Build a contact app with SwiftUI and SwiftData. Learn how to add search and pagination for a modern, scalable contact manager, perfect for beginners and pros looking to level up their skills within iOS development. This is the application we will create today. As you can see, it enables the user to add a new contact or view all contacts. If we click on View Contacts, it displays the contact details screen, and then we're able to navigate through each of the contacts by clicking on Next, or the previous button, or the last button. So if I click on Next, you can see that it loops through the record set for pagination, and it goes to the next record. When we reach the end of the record set, or the query or database table, it stops there. We can then go back to the previous record by clicking on the previous button, or we can click on the last button to go to the last record. We can also update the contact. Xcode is playing up again, trying to type my name in. Seems like the keyboard is not allowing me to type. Seems like Xcode is working now, the simulator is working, so I'll update my name from Kevin to my full name, which is Reed. Click on update. As you can see, the record has been updated. Click on last to go to the last record, previous. We can also filter by name using our search criteria. So if I type in read or RE, click on search, then it search or filters with all the characters that includes RE, such as Fred, as you can see, RE, and also my name, as you can see there. And also to add a new contact, you can just click on the add contact button and then add a new contact. I'll just call the contact Tom. Just enter a random number. Just enter 999, all nines. And then an email address, tom@test.com. Click on save. The record has been saved. Now we can view Tom. So Tom must be the last record in the database. As you can see, Tom is the last record in the database. So this is the tutorial and the feature we'll be creating today using SwiftUI and SwiftData. Don't forget to subscribe for more Swift and SwiftUI tutorials. In this tutorial, we will start to implement the contact view model. The purpose of the contact view model is to enable the data to be fetched from SwiftData and also to enable the information to be saved and updated and deleted from SwiftData, and the paging functionality, as in move first, move previous, and move to the last record. So this is the features we'll be creating in this part of the tutorial. We need to create a new file, which is a Swift file. Name the file contacts view model. Click on create. Import SwiftData. Include the following at main actor. The purpose of main actor is to ensure that all the operations within the class are executed on the main thread, which is very important for UI updates. Class contact view model, observable object, the next thing we need to do is to create a few published variables. And the purpose of these published variables will be to update the UI when the values change. As you can see here we're using publish, or we could do it using the new standard using observation. But I'd like to change it around a bit because I know some people are still using the older frameworks within SwiftUI. Filtered contacts. The filtered contacts will store an array of contacts based on the search criteria, publish bar, current index. The next thing we need to create is the model context. And the purpose of the model context is to enable data persistence. We also need our initializer, and the purpose of the initializer is to initialize the model context. Which is similar to what we do when using dependency injection. Now we need to give the user the option to fetch the contacts from SwiftData. So we need to create the fetch descriptor, which is a new instance of it. So it's fetch descriptor equals fetch descriptor, and we'll be fetching an array of contacts. Fetch contacts equals try model context fetch descriptor Next thing we need to do is to use self.contacts equals to fetch that should be fetch contacts. On line 30 I missed out the ed, so it should be fetched contacts. So we're assigning the fetch contacts to the contact property that we created earlier on the published variable, which is on line 14. We also need to include our filtered contacts. Filtered contacts equals to fetch contacts. And then what else do we need to do? We need to handle any errors that have been thrown. As you can see, it's displaying it here. Errors thrown from here should be handled. So we need to do that using a catch block. And then for the moment, we just display the errors using the print statement. Fetching contacts. Error. Also, we need to create another method called first contact, and the purpose of that method is to ensure that the first contact is selected after fetching, and that new method will be called after lines 34. So let's create that method now. So it's called fetch so let's keep it as first contact. If not filtered contacts dot is empty, I think it's spelled incorrectly, as you can see. I don't know why it's empty, didn't come up that time. So if it's not empty, then we assign the current index equals 0. So this will just ensure that there are filtered contacts and then set the index to 0. The first contacts method that needs to be called after line 33, when we have done all of our fetching, the next function we need to create is to enable the user to save the contact. To save the contact, the user needs to pass in the contact name, contact phone, as in their phone number, and contact email address or email. They are all string data types. And then we need to create a new instance of our contact and then pass the instance object that contains the new record. As you can see, I'm just populating the data that will include the new instance object, the email, phone, name, pass it to the contact constructor, and then we have a new instance, a new contact that will be saved in SwiftData using insert new contact. Missed out something. On line 39, we need to close or end the fetch contact function. The next thing we need to do is to add the new contact to the in-memory contacts array. Contacts.append new contact. Filtered contacts. Append new contacts. We also add it